Hey everybody, you are tuned in to Hanging with Here to Zen, the show that is a place for people who love all kinds of music. We really hope you enjoy your time with us today. Make sure you hit subscribe if you already haven't, and hit that notification bell to be kept up to date. We would love to hear from you over on our social media platforms, so just search Here to Zen and you'll find us. Lastly, could you leave us a review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify or Google Podcasts, or wherever you're going to be tuning in from? Those reviews help other people to find us, so we appreciate the reviews and the support. Thanks so much for tuning in.
Whee!
Good morning, Geoff.
Hello.
And happy
Hello,
birthday
how
from
are
a
you?
couple of days ago.
I can hear you pretty good. I'm going to go outside where I'll have a little bit more quiet. Hold on 1 second.
Sure.
Okay, almost there.
There we go.
Okay,
The never-ending birthday celebrations.
it's my birthday. Yeah, they can't stop me from celebrating.
Wonderful. Has
It's
it been a
great,
good
though.
day?
I don't mind. The celebration is good. Yeah. Where are you at?
I'm in Brisbane.
Brisbane. Oh, okay. That's quite a ways from here.
Just a little bit. So, totaling over 30 million albums sold worldwide, you are the original vocalist of one of the most appreciated progressive metal bands in the world. Heading to Australia to do two of the albums in full. The birthday boy, Geoff Tate, joins us. Thanks for coming on, Geoff.
Nice to be here. Nice to be here.
So, you're coming to us from
I'm sorry
South
about all
America.
the background noise. I'm on the beach in Copacabana, Rio de Janeiro right
Yeah.
now, so sorry, kind of noisy.
I was going to say, you are coming to us from South America. You're about to start a run of dates there. So you've traveled all over the world for many years. Is it still as exciting as when you first started?
Oh, it's even better. Yeah, because I know where to go and where not to go.
Yep.
And I have my favorite places I like to go to, and restaurants and bars that I've discovered around the world that I like to frequent. So it's better now than when it was in the beginning. Because when you're young and you've never been there, of course, you don't know where to go. You learn, you
Yeah.
learn.
So you'll be with
Looking
us
forward to
very
coming to
soon.
Australia.
Yeah.
Sorry,
You'll be with us very, very soon.
very soon, like next week or week after next, 2 weeks from now, something like that.
Yep. You'll be doing Rage for Order and Empire in Full, which to me are some of Queensryche's most technically difficult albums to perform. Do you have to prepare differently to be able to do these albums?
Well, there's a motorcycle going, but I missed the last thing you said. But I have to say, I love playing those albums. I am really enjoying this tour because usually on a tour, like when the albums came out, I never got to play all the songs on the record. Typically, you add like a couple of the new songs to the set list you're doing, and then you move on, right? And this is a real treat for me because I get to play every song, which I never got to do before. So I'm loving it, loving it.
Now, with any lead singer, over time, your voice does change, and you have to learn to sing differently, breathe differently, all those kind of things. So, what are the songs in the set that you were like, what the hell was I thinking back in the 80s?
Yeah, we never really thought about what the key should be, that you sing in, or what the song should be designed around the singer's voice or capabilities. Because I could always hit the notes, it wasn't an issue. But over time, your voice changes and you have to learn to adapt. And some songs are really hard to sing, and some songs, you have to change a little bit in order to get the idea across. But I don't like to change it too much because I like it to be, how it was written. I like to present it that way. But yeah, some of the stuff on Rage for Order, it's so hard to sing. Songs like "I Dream in Infrared," for example, which I think is the second song on on the show or on the album. Very difficult song to sing because it's very high, very low, and it's your voice is really sort of on its own, floating in this sort of atmospheric music that the guys are presenting. So yeah, it's a tough one, and I know every night I wait for that one. That's my hardest song of the night to sing. Everything else, no problem, but that one, tough.
Yep. So are you going to perform the albums in their sequence, or are you going to change up the actual running order of the shows?
Yeah, that was always a debate. My band that I have now are all very young musicians and grew up on the album versions of the songs. So they came to me and they said, we really want to present this in the way that we first were inspired by it, you know, the way that we heard it on the albums. And I like that idea. And we've and so that's the route we've taken rather than changing the arrangements around. We've gone with you know, how they were intended to be played, you know, and I like it like that, honestly.
Perfect. So I've got to ask, out of all the songs that you recorded with Queensryche, was there one song that you just can't go back and listen to now?
No, I'm pretty happy with our body of work. You know, I think we created a pretty impressive body of work in our 30 years as a band. You know, we didn't limit ourselves too much. We forged ahead with, you know, how we thought the band should evolve in its way, you know, and that was really brave thinking, I thought, including everybody in that decision, you know. And so, yeah, I'm very proud of everything we've ever done.
And when you were up and coming, I've got to ask, you toured with some massive, massive names. Dio,
Yeah.
Kiss. Who was the band that really gave you great access onto a good stage time, good lights, good sound? Who are the ones that really supported you?
Well, funny enough, all of them were very supportive in different ways. Um, I have to say, Ronnie Dio, of course, was our first experience with an opening act that was not threatened by us, you know, and they gave us everything we needed, light, sound. Ronnie actually came to me a couple weeks into the tour and said, gosh, you guys are sounding great. You're playing great. Is there anything that we could do to make your experience even better? And nobody ever asked me that except Ronnie. You know, he was amazing. But the guys in Kiss were incredibly accommodating, gave us full lights and sound. Iron Maiden was great. Like AC/DC was fantastic, although they gave us way too much to drink. Besides that, they were incredibly accommodating.
Speaking of drinking, how is your wine going? Any new releases coming up?
Oh yeah, the wine is flowing. For those of you that don't know, I have a wine brand called Insania, and we make a red and a white Pinot Grigio and Pinot Noir, and it is made in Germany, Southwest Germany, in the Alsace region. And yeah, we put out a vintage every year. We don't make a lot of wine, but it sells out quick.
Now, do you have to be careful on tour with drinking pre-show versus post-show for the voice care?
Oh, I never drink post show. Never. No. I always have a couple glasses of wine before I go on, though. Kind of eases the nerves, so to speak, you know.
Okay. Now, as you said, your band is quite young. Who will be joining you in Australia?
We have Kieran Robertson on lead guitar. We have Jack Ross on bass guitar. We have Alex Hart on lead guitar, and we have Jack Ross on bass guitar and Danny Laverde on drums.
Perfect. Now, while it's great that you come down and you do present the albums to the hardcore fans, I've got to ask, when are we going to get new music from you?
It's been a while. Yeah, I think 2017 was my last record, the new reality. So I have 2 albums in the works right now. A couple of years ago, I started working with an Italian group with my Italian record company, Frontier, and we put out 2 records called Sweet Oblivion and we're just beginning to work on the third one now, which is kind of fun. It's a group of Italian uh, songwriters and musicians, and we, 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 we typically have come up with some pretty interesting music. And then I also have another record that I'm doing right now, which is sort of I don't know how to describe it, so I won't. But it's very intense, and I hope to have both records out by the end of the year.
Right. Now, a lot of your music, it's a bit different from theatrical, but it does lend itself to a theatrical element. Have you ever thought of doing like a stage play or a stage production?
Of my own material?
Yeah.
Yes, I've done that. Actually, the tour in 1990, the Empire Tour, we took the middle of that show and we performed Operation Mindcrime in its entirety. And then later, we put out Operation Mindcrime 2, and we did Operation Mindcrime 1 and 2 together in sort of a theatrical presentation with actors and film screens and props and such. And then we did the Cabaret Tour with QUEENSRÿCHE in 2010, I believe. That was really an extravagant kind of production. But since then, I haven't done. Oh, Promised Land, yeah, 1995. That was a pretty theatrical show. Yeah, so I've had some experience in that. Some incredible shows, actually.
How much technology will you use on stage for your newer shows? Like a lot of bands rely on screens, a lot of bands rely on backing stuff. What works for you?
Oh, yeah, we're kind of old school in a way. We have a couple of old school people. Our lighting director, Sam Raphael, and his brother, Alex Raphael, they run our lights and sound. And they've been with me since QUEENSRÿCHE era, 1980s. And they're kind of old school in a way. They don't like all the computers and stuff,
Yep.
They like a hands-on kind of approach, which is all the young people in my band are going, come on, use a computer, do the same thing. No, I want to use my hands. And it's a constant argument. Yeah, but they like it old school.
Excellent. Now, I'm going to let you get back to your birthday celebrations. What do you want to leave all of your friends in Australia with?
Oh, I'd say thank you for the interest, and can't wait to see you guys at the show. It's going to be a great one, and I'm so looking forward to it.
Excellent, Geoff. We will see you in days. Enjoy the rest of South America.
I'm going to. Thank you so much, and thanks for the interview, Tom. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Happy birthday.
All right. Thank you. Bye-bye now.
Bye.